Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Two Hands in a Radio. Today we're going to go back to 1999. We're going to party like it's 1999. And we're going to look at the Grundig eTraveller VII. If you remember back several weeks ago, I did a video on the Grundig Traveller 2. And there's, the Grundig Traveller 2, the Traveller 2 PE, the Traveller 3, and this one is the Traveller 7. And I found it online auction for $23.99. And I thought it was so unique, I thought, let's take a look at it and see. Not sure if it worked or not. I took a big chance on it, really. And here it is. Let's just tear into it and see what we got. We've got a warranty, and we've got a user's operation manual, and of course Grundig tells us the beginning of a new experience. Okay, we've got an AC adapter, very cool, always good to have those. We've got earbuds, Grundig earbuds, probably no different than any other earbuds, but here's the main part, the radio. You can already see how cool it is. Comes with a little carrying pouch, very cool. And then the really big cool factor to the whole thing, it has a cradle. See if we can get this adjusted to where you can see it better. Let's get all this out of our way so we can do some work here. So here it is. And it's got a little cradle, and that's the part that caught my eye. It's like, ooh, I like this. And of course, you're a traveler, and you're a salesman or a salesperson and a traveler, and you're on business, and you stop for the night, and you just you set your radio down in a little cradle, and you can listen to it. I think that's really, really cool, and I think that's stuff that's missing from today. But that's okay. But anyway, 1999, it was all about the Palm Pilots and the PDAs and Palm Pilots, and y'all probably don't remember any of that. But that's kind of the take on that with the stand there. Well, let's open it up and look. I've already put rechargeable batteries in it. I've set the clock. The instructions, the very first thing you have to do to get the power button to work is to set the clock. Otherwise, it just sits there and it just sits and spins. And then we get confused. So, anyway, let's get the stand out of our way for right now. And just take a look at it. It's got this nice little cover, as you can see in the first piece of it. It's about the size of a 3x5 card. What I thought was neat is this still had... It's pretty close to a 3x5 card, just a little smaller maybe. Still had the protective film over the display. I thought that was very neat. And doesn't look like it's been used at all. I kind of have an idea from the user-friendliness of it that I could see where somebody would say, oh, well, that's cool, and then just let it set. It's not the most user-friendly thing that I've ever run into. And so I've kind of taken some liberty to read the instruction manual, gloss over it anyway, so I can be halfway intelligent with this thing. But let's look at we've got our speaker here. Our buttons down here, the band button's going to toggle between AM, FM, shortwave. A scan is automatic scan. You hit that and it'll take off. Believe it stops on every station that it finds. If you have channels in memory, you can hit channel up to skip through those channels. The store button is to put channels in memory. It's got a timer feature. Timer, I suppose, would be like an alarm maybe. A sleep button that you could hit and say, okay, in 60 minutes I want you to turn off, and then you just let it sit in your stand and listen to the radio and go to sleep or whatever. And of course, then the plus or minus here is for hour and minutes, but also to tune with. Not a gigantic fan of the only way to tune is with these kind of buttons. I'd rather have a wheel to thumb around on, but it is what it is. And the top of it, it's where a lot of the stuff goes on now on the top. We've got a switch from 9 to 10K. That's for your AM broadcast. In the US, we want on 10K. Reset button, time set to set the clock with. Power off, shuts it down. Power standby, you can just click that and it goes into standby. You touch it again and the radio comes back on. Volume wheel there. Headphone jack, DC adapter, which if it's sitting in your cradle, you take your adapter and you plug into it, and you can either run it off that or charge batteries or whatever you want to do. Antenna-wise, let's bring that back out. Antenna-wise, it looks to be about a 14.5-inch antenna, give or take a few. Not a bad size antenna. And we just open it up like a book here, and let's play around with it for a minute and see what we think. Give an overall impression anyway. So if I wanted to auto scan, you turn the auto scan on and then hit plus and it takes off then. Okay. And then it stops on every one that it finds. And then you just hit the button and it moves on. All right. It's got a great sound to it. Really nice sound to this thing. So that's the end of that. That's your FM band there. That was kind of cool. Had a good sound to it. And now we're on AM. Broadcast band. You just hit. I don't know if it auto scans or not. Yeah, I guess it does. Oh, okay. It stops every time it finds something. And it thinks it finds a lot. Okay. Let's go just a little bit more here. It's not terrible. I don't know that it's not a powerhouse, that's for sure. But at least it's there. That's kind of cool. Now the part that I don't quite understand, we can turn auto scan off and then just use these to tune like 21, 95, 22. It does the half-step increments, which is nice. But you can see, my word, it'll take forever to tune that way. So the best thing to do is just to hit auto scan and let it try to find the next available station, which this could take forever. Yeah, you don't hit the band button again or you start all over. And so it's the part that gets me is you remember a lot of the radios that we've looked at have the shortwave band is broken down into 5 or 9 or 12 bands, and then you can go inside each band, then you can search inside each band. This is just the shortwave band, and there's no quick way to get from 3.12 all the way up to 11,650. There's no easy way to get there. So that's kind of a But again, if you're traveling or whatever, you can let it scan, and while you're doing your emails or social media or whatever, you could just let it scan and find stuff, I suppose. Or, now I just learned something. You can use your channel up button to get closer. So let's just see, okay. Let's say I want to go to, okay, so I wanted to go on up in the band. Well, I dropped it. Use your channel up button then. See what this finds maybe. Hoping it gets 9395. I hope. Okay, so that's how that works. So that's not completely weird. Use your channel up button to move in increments. And then from there, starts out at 2 and goes all the way up to 30 megahertz. So it's got a good range to it. Okay, so that's how that works. Now that makes more sense, makes it a little more friendly. And then you're okay, I'm at 11 megahertz now. Let's just hit the button and see what it finds. We may find some stuff up here, I don't know. Just run on the telescopic antenna. There's something. Okay. Kind of cool. Let's see if we can go one more. Let's see if we can go 15140. If we can get there. There we go. Radio Havana, Cuba. That's what stopped on that. Cool. Well, now that makes me a little happier with this. At least we know how to move around a little quicker. I thought at first, my word, if you just have to sit there and scan through the whole thing, that was not very user-friendly at all. Cool. So this is more of an, I won't say a novelty, because I suppose back in 1999, people that I hate to use the term took it seriously, but I mean, this is a serious radio, but yet it's got a lot of the cool factor to it. You know, the cradle, the whole thing, there's a certain coolness to it versus really the most useful radio that you could ever get. This would, kind of like a business kind of thing. I mean, it's protected with the cover. That's nice. You can just listen to it, close that up, and just listen to the radio then. So it's stylish. That's kind of cool. I'd have to give it a middle of the road rating. I would say out of 1 to 10, I would say this is probably a 5. Cool factor, I'd give it an 8, because it is kind of cool. And as a little collectible, it's kind of neat in that respect. But just overall usability, probably just middle of the road 5. And I'm being real generous, I think, with that. And but it's kind of cool though, and it may grow on me as I play around with it a little more. I think this would be the kind of radio would be real handy to have. You want to listen to a ball game, you find it and just let it sit. Listen to a football game or basketball game or whatever, baseball game on 700 WLW, and just let it do its thing. It's not really something you want to sit here and twist the knob all night long on and make a study of it. This is just a real casual kind of radio, casual listening, long-term listening. It's got a good audio to it, really good sound. Well, anyway, the Grundig eTraveller VII. I just wanted to share this with everybody. I thought this was just, the stand caught my attention, and I said, ooh, this is kind of cool. And I just wanted to share, kind of wanted to add it to my Grundig collection, which is getting bigger by the day. And that's it. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you absolutely can't stand the video, just give it a thumbs up anyway. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And we try to do new videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I don't know. That's all. All of it depends on my mood, and depends on money and mood, I guess. But we try to do 3 a week. And if you really like the channel and want to help out, in the description box down there, I suppose, there's a link where you can donate through PayPal. Anything's appreciated. $1, $5, $10, whatever your heart tells you to do. Turn right around and use that money just to buy radios like this to bring more content to the channel. You can also, down in that box down there, is a place where you can, an Amazon wish list of different things. Oh, stuff for the cameras and windscreens and batteries and radios, and just stuff from $5 on up to too much. And if you would rather do that instead of PayPal, or if you want to do both, whatever you want to do. I don't want anybody to feel obligated. And it's all appreciated. It's absolutely amazing. So, with all that, and my voice gets hoarse and more hoarse, I think I will go drink some hot tea and honey still. And I hope you've enjoyed this. And I hope it inspires you to grab a radio and give the knob a spin and take a listen, because there's a lot of stuff out there, even though you don't think so. And I hope you have a great night, and we will see you at the next review.